Hey, what's going on, everybody? So when we take a look at this Packers defense and sort of the defensive situation entering this offseason, the Packers defense was honestly pretty good in 2021. We were the 10th best scoring defense when you take into consideration the regular season as well as the postseason. But honestly, myself, I was a little worried just because of the Packers cap situation, and it really seemed like a few guys may have priced themselves out of Green Bay, two specifically, Devandra Campbell and Rasul Douglas. And there were lots of questions to, who would you rather have, Devandra Campbell or Rasul Douglas, and it just sort of seemed like it was going to be difficult to keep both of these players on this defense, and two guys who I think really led to the success that the Packers had on defense in 2021. Devondra Campbell, of course, came in last offseason, and we signed him for about $2 million. He comes in, plays as an all-pro, clearly highly, majorly outplays his contract. Then we have Rasul Douglas come in middle of the season from a practice squad, very, very cheap contract, comes in and definitely outplays his contract as well. So for the two of those guys, it really seemed like it was going to be very difficult for the Packers to retain both of those guys, and I think Devondra Campbell was the more crucial piece. I think they're both very important, but Devondra Campbell just holding the middle of that defense together at middle linebacker. But the Packers have been able to keep both of these guys. Devondra Campbell signed a 5-year, $50 million deal. Rasul Douglas signed a 3-year, $21 million deal. So now, when we take a look at this Packers defense coming into 2022, the 2022 season, last year, of course, was Joe Barry's first season. I think there's no question that the longer that a team overall is in a system, the better they get. So if the Packers defense were the 10th best scoring defense last season, regular season and postseason, and then you now move into year 2 with Joe Barry's defense, I think this Packers defense can take a major step forward, and mainly this is because the Packers have been able to keep together pretty much their entire defense, mainly their entire defense, which I'm honestly pretty shocked about, and maybe the Davante Adams trade helped that just because maybe we wouldn't have been able to re-sign Rasul Douglas if Devontae wouldn't have left and freed up some cap space. Who knows? Maybe he would have come back, but I think that definitely freed up some more space, and Rasul Douglas was able to return. So when we take a look at this Packers defense in 2021, we're mainly bringing back the entire defense besides, of course, Zadarius Smith, but he did miss pretty much all season last year, so he wasn't really playing. So if we take a look, we got Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, Kenny Clark, maybe Dean Lowry, depending on if we draft any defensive lineman, Devondra Campbell, Chris Barnes, Jair Alexander, Eric Stokes, Rasul Douglas, Adrian Amos, and Darnell Savage. So this unit is going to be able to continue to grow, I think, on what they built last season. Maybe add in some more pieces, maybe a first-round defensive lineman, maybe a different middle linebacker early in the draft. Who knows what the Packers could do in this draft because there's so many options now. The fact that we have 4 picks in the top 2 rounds is crazy. It's going to be exciting. It's going to make this draft even more exciting than it already was going to be because the draft obviously is always pretty entertaining to see, what players are going to be added, what the Packers sort of strategy is when it comes to building this team and building for the future. And so the fact that we have 4 picks, it's going to be exciting, I think, over not just this next season, because obviously sometimes it takes players time to develop. Sometimes a player comes in and does pretty good his first season, like Eric Stokes, for example, came in and I think did very good considering he was a rookie. So it's going to be fun to watch his development. But just for these next few seasons, to be able to utilize these 4 top 60 picks, something like that, to be able to have 4 top 60 picks in the next couple seasons, it's going to be crazy to see what is built off of these picks and sort of what these guys become. Obviously, you don't always hit on all your draft picks. Sometimes you miss on guys, but the fact that we have 4, we're obviously probably going to hit on a couple there. Hopefully, we hit on all of them. Hopefully, we have a 100% strike rate here with Brian Gutekunst, but we will see what happens there. But I'm honestly, as I've been preparing for this video and sort of, just seeing the fact that the Packers are pretty much bringing back the entire defense, I'm shocked we were able to bring back Devondra and Rasul, but maybe the Davante Adams contract, leaving our books helped that a lot. So I don't know about you, but I'm thinking the Packers have a shot here to have maybe one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think one thing that gets overshadowed about this defense is our final game that we saw from them versus the San Francisco 49ers, just because that was one of the best defensive performances by the Packers defense in a very long time, but of course it gets overshadowed because the Packers offense couldn't really do anything. We lost that game. None of us really expected, I think, to lose that game, and so I think we forget, even me myself, I forget just how good that Packers defense looked there. And so to be able to have Jair Alexander, Rasul Douglas, and Eric Stokes all on the field at the same time is going to be exciting to watch because, of course, Jair was injured most of last season. So considering the Packers defense was pretty solid last year, and now you have these guys back together, I mean, watch out, NFL. It's going to be exciting to see what happens. But that is all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe down below. Drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time.